All righty. Just waiting on the to find out if we got sound in the background. And we do. Okay. Uh well, let's start this off the way I normally do it, with a little bit of pause for the cause to get things all correctly set up. Alrighty. Ladies, gentlemen, pronouns, lend me your ears. Crazy Get back for another live stream. This time here, we're celebrating with our friends from the United States who are celebrating their Thanksgiving, their version of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is normally and traditionally a way of giving thanks for the harvest. That is why Canadians celebrate earlier, because our harvest comes in a little earlier. So, with warm heart, I wish everybody in the United States a happy Thanksgiving. And I hope that your celebrations are safe and joyful and fulfilling. Wait for a couple people to come in the chat and see what we're going on, see what's going on. But normally around the United States Thanksgiving, there's Black Friday, which is a shopping event um, that basically it's denoted from uh, the stores having figured out that all their expenses, wages, building costs, um, keeping the lights on, insurances, and stocking the shelves all the way up until the American Thanksgiving is when they've made all the money back for the entire year, and then from Black Friday on is basically where they're actually making money. They're making positive money. That's their profit time. So that's generally what the whole Black Friday is all about. Is they go from being in the red, making all the payments. They've sold enough product to pay for all that for the entire year, and now they're going from the red numbers to the black numbers, and it's profit. So that's generally what the whole Black Friday celebration in the stores is mainly about. And it's also a good way to push for those extra sales for the Christmas to get people in tune with buying their stuff early for Christmas. The only problem is it's also when the hospital bills start climbing up because of the people that get trampled in the stores. Thankfully, there's online Black Fridays where you just got to sit at your computer, order all your stuff online, and do it from the safety of your own home. Um, Aside from that, uh, Thanksgiving is a time to give thanks for everything that we've received throughout the year, and you know all the blessings that we've had. For some people, whether it be professionally, some people whether it be spiritually, some people whether it be in relationships, whatever. It's a time to give thanks for those things that have happened in a positive way that affected our lives. Um, so let's all celebrate the Thanksgiving together and wish each other well for the next 365 days. That's the true nature of giving the thanks. Giving thanks to whoever you pray to. That's you know just give thanks and give goodwill to our fellow people. So just recently, I've gotten the schedule all the way up till Christmas Eve for my channel. So I've got videos popping out every day from now until Christmas Eve. I still haven't figured out what I'm gonna do as a special video for Christmas Day. I know I'm gonna do a live stream, and there's a possibility that we could play the Jackbox games that day just for fun and enjoyment and have some laughs. Maybe do a Christmas themed quiplash. Um, but that's something that we could talk about in the community um, and whatnot. So aside from that, not a heck of a lot's been going on. Just been cold here, and cold one day. Today it was like 50 degrees. For like 5 days before that, it was like 30s and 20s and blowing, and we actually had snow. Didn't have any real accumulation, but we had snow. So and apparently tomorrow we're going to be going right back down into the basement again with the weather. And who knows, we might get some accumulation of snow, but I don't think we'll be getting that much, because I've been watching nature all the time. I go out on the balcony to have a cigarette, and I keep an eye on nature. I keep an eye on seeing what the squirrels are doing and stuff like that. And they're not bringing their food up into the trees. They're leaving it down on the ground. So that basically says that we're not going to get very much snow this year. How they know that well in advance, beyond me. But it's always proved as a constant that when the nuts are low, there's no snow. When the nuts are high, get out your shovel. So I kind of watch the animals for that, and watching the animals is gives you a good inclination on what is going to happen with Mother Nature. Like, if you're going to get like a huge storm, you're not going to see very many animals running around. But if you're going to get like fair weather, oh yeah, they're going to be out in full force. We got 5 people in the box and nobody's commenting. Give yourselves a shout out here. But yeah, and there's Kiki and Jasmine. Oh no. Well, I hope you get over the flu there soon. I don't normally get like flus or colds that last that long. Personally, like for some reason, I can fight that stuff off quickly. Like, I've always been fortunate that way, and I've always given thanks for my ability to do that. But I would just say, drink a lot of vitamin C, try some red root ginseng. That'll help clear the your bloodstream out, and get it out quickly. Yeah, like I've never had the flu shot. Like, my parents, they get the flu shot every year. And they're like, "Oh, you going to get yours now that you're in your 50s?" Nope. Because I don't get sick that often. And when I do, it's like 1 or 2 days and I'm done. My body just says, "No, you out." So, I just don't when I do get sick, I get sick hard, but it doesn't last long. The most thing that I get is like body pains, and that just comes with age, and the abuse that I put my body through when I was in school all the way up through into my 40s. Hey John, how you doing? Oh no, that's unfortunate. Yeah, the other day I was just sitting here messing around. I was watching a video. Actually, it was a Professor of Rock video. And as I was making my comment on the video after watching it, all of a sudden the power went out. And it was like, oh, that sucks. I got to redo that comment. So then when the power came back on, the computer comes back on and does all its thing. And I got to keep checking the power light on my lapel microphone because when the power went out, I forgot to turn the other computer on that I charge my lapel microphones with. So it might kick out and that'll end the live stream. Hey, Paul from Canada, how are you doing? Yeah, but it was just one of those things, like this one here comes on automatically, and I thought that one there would too, but nope. But yeah, Fourth Impact dropped their most recent cover single or cover release just recently, and I'm going to be working on putting that video out. Amazing performance with Defying Gravity. Like their harmonies just made that song fly. And they all dressed up as princesses, which pretty much, check mark. I just wish that they would start being a little more proactive and looking for the movies that Disney's going to be working on. Like when they announced that. Where did you put them? Where did you put those comment or their videos, they get like 1,000 comments within literally within an hour. And it's hard to scroll through and to look for somebody. On a channel like mine where hardly anybody ever comments, I could pick them out no problem. But on a channel like theirs, or a channel like the Filipina P, or a channel that gets a large number of views and a large number of comments, scrolling through some of them at when I go to take a look at the video, scrolling through some of them comments. Yeah, and if they do what I do, where I put the most recent comment at the top, then that comment will be right down near the bottom. And in order to find it, you got to scroll through like 700 comments on it, or 1,000 comments on that video. So yeah, it's pretty hard to catch up on all those comments. But I kind of wish that they would take a look at, keep an ear to the ground on what movies Disney plans on bringing into live action. Like, say, for example, if they were to redo Moana, okay, into a live action movie, then search through the playlist of the songs, do their cover, release make a video for it, whether it's just them singing at home or whatever, publish that as a video and get out in front of the movie coming out. Maybe then, they might catch Disney's attention, saying, hey, I like that. Let's see about putting that into the movie. Let's see if we can get them to do it. And they might actually, get connected that way. So I'm hoping that, that they may take that as a little piece of not advice, but consideration to even just try it a couple times. To find out what movies they're thinking about bringing out, and then get ahead of it. rather than wait till the movie comes out, see how popular it is, and then do their favorite song on it. That's just staying behind the eight ball rather than being out in front of it. That comes with their promoter. Their promoter is another Filipina. And because they are proud to be Filipino, that pride tends to bring them more towards the Filipino people, bring them more towards the Filipino audience. And I've said it many, 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 many times that Gabriel Iglesias said on stage that for the longest time at the beginning of his career, he was being labeled as a Latino comedian, which means to most people that he's only relevant to Latino people, just as though the Fab Four Fourth Impact is being promoted to Filipino audience as a P-pop, Filipino pop group that only Filipino people will understand or be relevant or be understanding their music, where the total absolute opposite is true. And it wasn't until Gabriel Iglesias was starting to be, known regionally around the United States as, a funny guy. He went all the way around to Saudi Arabia. I think it was Saudi Arabia that he said he went to. It wasn't until then he started getting called American. And when he came back, all of a sudden he just blew up because his promoter started promoting him as just Gabriel Iglesias or Fluffy. And I think once Fourth Impact stops leaning on that P-pop label and just go with, multi-genre label, like call themselves a multi-genre group, because they sing pop, country, they sing rock, they sing classic rock, they sing oldies, they sing it all, seasonal music, they sing religious music, they can sing it all. So why are you labeling yourself to such a short, small niche when if you just remove that label, call yourself Fourth Impact, a pop group, or even just a music group, and then let the audience decide where you sit with them. Hey, Nicole, how are you doing? They're heading home this Saturday for Christmas. Yeah, like you can tell that the hustle bustle is really starting to affect their mindset. And they're, missing home. They're missing their dad and their brother and their friends that they have back in the Philippines. And as soon as they get back home for the holidays, it's going to be for the first little while, probably, like thousands of people, or hundreds of people coming over here, for the next few weeks before Christmas, just, oh, how you doing? Oh, I missed you so much, And that's what happens when you're away for a long period of time like that. Like you get all them people wanting to come back and reconnect with you. So it's just one of those things, like you got to take the good with the bad when you're in when you're in the music industry, and unfortunately those ladies wear their heart on their sleeve. And almost everything, and this is not a bad thing. Like, you know, they are wonderful, wonderful people. But when something negative, when a small negative thing happens, it affects them highly. And that just shows how much they actually care about what they're doing and what they're presenting and how they're presenting themselves. That just shows how much they love people and how much they care about the message they're bringing forth. And that's one of the reasons why I love them so much, is because they have that outward thinking for others. And sometimes you just got to thicken up the skin and let things ride. But it's hard to it's hard for some people to let stuff like that go when when it's been when giving of themselves has been part of them for so long. It's hard for some people to say, okay, I can't let this kind of stuff bother me. I can't let this stuff wane on me and break my heart. I got to let it just wash off me. It's hard for some people to do that, which is unfortunate, because when those ladies are happy and they're singing and they're presenting their music, it is heavenly. How you doing, Andy? Yes, and happy Thanksgiving to all our American friends. But yeah, it's just one of those things, like I even had to learn my own lesson, like not to let some things bother me as much. And just recently too. Like I had to get out of the mindset of, I had to get out of the mindset that, I hope that, people appreciate me for who I am. And then, when the things were going on at the beginning of the year, I was like, I just can't understand why somebody would want to just brutally and viciously and maliciously attack somebody like that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. There's no logic in it. There's no win at the end. So I had to build that shield for myself. And I hope that they can build that shield for themselves. Paul says, I'm too old to let things bother me. If you can't accept me for the old fart I am, then ask Nicole. I'm getting to the point where I'm like that too. I'm like, hey, I know who I am. I know who I want to be. You don't know me. You've never met me. If you're gonna be that insensitive and insecure in yourself that you have to bring somebody else down, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need those type of people. My uncle called me up and asked me if I knew how to get to this particular arena that the Windsor Spitfires play at, because he had tickets to a game. And he goes, hey, you know how to get to this arena? I says, I sure hope so. I've been there over 100 times. Without even looking at a map, I told him how to get there. Like, I used to play hockey there. Like, I used to strap on the skates and, go play hockey with, some guys that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. And, it was some of the best times of my life, like get out there and, I'm in complete control of what I do, and I was having a whole lot of fun. I broke a few sticks, but I had a whole lot of fun. Like one stick, I actually broke it in 3 spots in one shot. I broke it down at the hilt, broke it at the tip, and I broke it in the middle of the blade. It was basically just smoked. I smoked that puck. We were at center ice, and we were like, hey, let's see if we can take a slap shot, see how long we can keep it in the air. And, a couple of guys were taking their slap shots and, like sending them on the way down. Some guys were landing about in between the blue line and the hash line. Some guys were landing just past the hash line. I took a slap shot and I hit the crossbar to the goal net. And that's when I busted that stick. I was like, well, that stick's good. There goes $50. Yeah. Just messing around, just messing around, I broke a stick. I put cracks in glass. I had a whole lot of fun playing hockey with them guys. Actually, I know it's around here somewhere. Wow. I'll bring it up when I find it. I got a picture. It's a big picture. The guy who took the pictures blew them up and just handed them out to people. But yeah, it's a nice size picture. Like, I got a picture. He took a couple of pictures of us while we were playing hockey, and actually, I think it's right over here. Y'all ready for this? I'm in number 55. Yeah. But yeah, we had a lot of fun playing hockey. And I actually built a trophy for the guys. And they passed it around for years after I was no longer able to drive. They passed it around for good 10 years. Every year. The first year the one guy, the goalie for the opposite team that when I was playing, he actually drove from Windsor after work to the city I live in, which is about an hour away, picked me up, brought me back to Windsor to go play hockey for the night. We went out for pizza and beer, and I presented the trophy to them. And then another fellow, my godmother's husband, who invited me into that group, brought me back home after we had dinner after the game, dropped me off, and then drove home himself. So 2 guys burnt 2 hours out of their day just driving me around. Okay, I don't even know what shinty is. Yeah, I played hockey recreationally. I never played any organized hockey. I played hockey from 17 till 43, I think I was when I stopped playing hockey. 42 or 43. And there was times during that period of time that I was playing like 4 or 5 days a week, and sometimes 3 and 4 games a day. Like there was a couple of years where my equipment, there was months where my equipment would not dry out. I would stand by the blower, the hand dryer. I would stand by there. I'd show up like a half an hour early and just blow dry my equipment with the hand blower. It was nice and warm. But yeah, and then when it got to the point where I played like 4 games in one day, the next day I'd take it to the laundry, stuff it in the laundry, put the soap in there, and away I went. Wash it up. There was actually some weeks I washed that equipment like 3 or 4 times during the week. But I was in a lot better shape then. I played hockey in so many different cities. It's not funny. I had a lot of fun. To me, hockey was a great release, a great stress release. I met a lot of great people that I wish I could bump into them here and there. Nowadays, hey, how's it going? But I don't think they'd recognize me with the with the added frontage. But yeah, it's just one of those things, what we do to enjoy, to make ourselves have an enjoyable time during our lives. Now, this is what I do. But I don't know what else we can. What else I got going on? Oh, I got a comment from one person on on the Bee Gees video. He left like 8 requests in that one comment. I was like, holy cow. It's going to take a while to get through all of them because I like to keep things random. I made the mistake of just running one group for like a month and a half. And as much as I love Fourth Impact, now I'm realizing how, that huge hour mark is affecting my channel now. It got really popular for a while and then it dropped off. And now those hours that got really popular are dropping off. So I got to kind of find a way to level things out. And by doing the random, like doing pop, then country and classic rock and oldies, doing the mixture kind of, gives more of a true sense of where the viewership is on the channel. So that's kind of what I've been finding is, I know that there's those hardcore Angelica Hale fans that, as soon as the Angelica Hale video comes out, boom, they're all over it. There's the Fourth Impact fans that as soon as the Fourth Impact video comes out, oh, they're all over it. And the same thing with Dan Basque and who's that other guy? Tommy Johansson. As soon as a video comes out for him or them two, it's like boom. So I got to kind of split them up to kind of, get a median. And I think that's important to find that happy medium where, you don't have, these high peaks. Because as soon as those high peak hours come off, man, you take a nosedive. But other than that, if we had a few more people in here and continuously commenting, I'd possibly bring up the Jackbox game again. But because I think everybody had a pretty good time last week with that. I know I did. I thought it was fun. But it's just one of those things, if you guys want to do that every now and then, I'll load it up and away we go. But I don't know how much more I have to talk about other than wishing all the American friends and anybody who's celebrating Thanksgiving this weekend or any type of celebration. I wish that you have a warm and family friendly and family bonding celebration. Um, Aside from that, like I took the slow mode off the chat because for a while we haven't had any negative Nancy's making ridiculously fast and slanderous comments. So, I figured may as well take it off, see what happens. So, it was fun, Kiki and Jasmine. And, like I said, anytime we have a bunch of people in the chat, and we're all chatting up. If you guys want to play that game, just say so. I'll load it right up and away we go. I thoroughly enjoy that game, and it seemed like a lot of people had fun. But I like to have 5 or 6 people engaged in that. So this way here, we got a variety of answers rather than just 2 or 3 people, and it's like, okay, I like having the more people we have in there, the better, and that's if we got 5 or 6 people to get into that, and yeah, we'll load her up and away we go. Yeah, I had fun too there, Paul. Yeah, it's something to get used to because you have to have that extra window open. Um, and or use a different device. But because you answer on this device and you're watching on YouTube, so you're playing here and you're watching there, and there's that little bit of delay because of the YouTube delay, and it kind of makes it interesting. But when it comes down to it just asks you the most randomly weird question, and you got to sit there. Now I know. Then you type it in. But yeah, it's a fun game. It's a really fun game. There's a trivia game in there in that box set. What else is in there? There's a there's one that everybody gives an answer, but not everyone knows the question. That one there seems like it could be interesting. And then there's a T-shirt drawing thing there. Gaspionage. What percent of the people have buried something in the woods? Oh, and there looks interesting as well, but trivia murder mystery party or murder party. It's those are the games that come with that set. Oops, shoot. Oh, okay. It's like lacrosse. Yeah, lacrosse is like field hockey, almost. with a net on the end of your thing there, and the goal is a triangle. Yeah, and that ball is hard. I played lacrosse once, and I told the gym teacher, never again. Play with sticks and a ball. Okay. Yeah, I was like, I ain't doing this stuff again. No way. Hell no. Because that ball hurts when it hits you. Oh, you can get hit right in the back of the butt cheek, and it'll leave a wet, like a ball that big around will leave a welt that big around. And then try and sit down. Oh, no. You ain't sitting down for nothing. You may as well just, get hit in the side of the butt cheek with that thing there. It may as well just went right inside. That's how much it hurts. It was horrible. And then another thing that hurts is when you get hit with a paintball in the end of November. I went paintballing with some friends from work when I worked at the factory. And they said, hey, let's go play paintball. I was like, I've never played it before. I'm like, oh, they supply all the guns and all the ammunition and yada, yada, yada. You can bring your own gun if you got one. I was like, well, I don't have one. So I went out and played this paintball thing here. I didn't even get 10 feet in after they blew the whistle to get going. I didn't even get 10 feet in, and somebody with a long-range sniper gun nailed me in the ankle with one of them balls and hit me, and I was like, oh, man, that hurt. Nothing prepares you for the art of war. And that hurt for like a couple days. Like I had a nice sized welt about that big around for a ball that's about the size of my pinky. It was nuts. The second, third, and fourth game, yeah, I lasted all the way through. I never got shot again. But that one time that I did get hit, that hurt like a son of a bitch. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like, and I went back and played a few more games, a few more times with them guys, and bought my own. Heck, was it? It was a something eagle. It was a blue and silver paintball gun with an auto feeder. So that's why you hear that they wouldn't get jammed up. You just sit there. But yeah, I bought my own paintball gun and like 6 canisters, and I had the whole setup ready to go. I had the belt for all the canisters in case my canister got decharged. Just spin that off, put another one on, and I'm ready to go. I had you buy all your paint balls there because they don't let you bring your own paintballs because some people were bringing frozen paintballs and firing them through their gun, and when they hit, you could actually break somebody's bone. That's the velocity some of them weapons had. So they said no more of that. Resupply all the paintballs, which that's fair. So, but like a box of paintballs back when I had my paintball gun, a box of paintballs was like $26, and there was like 500 or 600 of them in there. So yeah, it was a reasonably costly sport, but at the same time, once you had your weapon and your canisters and your auto feeder and all that other stuff, then it's just going to play the game, which was about $100 for the day, and buying your paintballs at the store or at the event. Yeah, I'll bet. Hurling. When you first said hurling, I was like, Is that like grabbing somebody and hurling them, or let's see who gets hurled the furthest? That just shows how little I know about some other people's cultures and games they play and sporting events and stuff like that. It's great to have community from outlying reaches around the world, so you can learn this kind of stuff. Now, if somebody says, "Oh, have you ever heard of hurling?" Yeah, it's like lacrosse, but it's in Ireland. So, but yeah, it's paintball was fun. It was a lot of fun. Soccer with sticks. Okay, so they use a big ball, almost like polo without the horses. Yeah, I always wondered, water polo. Why would you put the horse in the water? It's huge in Ireland. The final. Wow. Wow. Yeah. It's like hockey here in Canada. Hockey here in Canada, you know, you go to any town, any city here in Canada, you're going to find a hockey arena. And chances are the schedule for that hockey arena is booked from 9 o'clock in the morning till about 9 o'clock at night. And then sometimes, maybe, you might be able to rent the ice from 9 o'clock at night till maybe midnight. You might be able to get an hour in there, and so on and so forth. But from basically 9 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock at night, it is minor hockey all the way through, whether it be practice, exhibition, games, or whatever. It's loaded. And then on the weekends, sometimes they break off for like a couple hours and have public skating. But that's something I haven't done in forever. Go public skating might be something I want to think about. But for me to go public skating, I got to walk all the way across town to get to an arena and pay like $4 or $5 to go skating for around a rink for maybe an hour, and then come home. By the time I do that, I'm looking at about 5 or 6 hours gone out of the day. It's a whole day adventure. So it takes a while for me to get around anywhere in the town that I live in the city that I live in. Like, to get from where I'm at to Walmart is like, I think it's 8 or 9 kilometers. So that's about like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depending on the weather. Like if it's hot and sunny out, yeah, about hour and a half, two to 2.25 hours, like 2 to 2 hours and 15 minutes. If it's cold, because then I'll be stopping off at Tim Hortons to grab a coffee to warm up and march on with a new coffee. And there's like a Tim Hortons, like a 10-minute walk from about a 10-minute walk from my place. And then after that, it's about a 25-minute walk, which in the cold, that coffee gets cold enough, I'm sitting there just slurping it back. And then from there, the next one would be about another 30-minute walk. Get another coffee there. And then the next one would be about another 20-minute or 10 to 15-minute walk. And then from there, the next one is at the final destination, near the final destination. And then turn around, come back. So, yeah, it takes a while to walk across the city that I live in. It's nothing like Windsor. Like Windsor, take you an hour to drive across the town, across the city. Like it's huge. But I think I'm about ready to close this down for the night. And I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. And I wish you all peace, love, and happiness. Have a great one, folks. And don't forget to like them live. Hit them likes. It helps build the channel. And it helps bring, more people to the channel, more recognition to the channel. It sends the notifications out to 7 more people every time somebody hits the like. So don't forget to hit the like. Have a good one, everybody.